The induction ceremony will be handled by Priscilla Ribbick, the chair of our women's committee. And with no further ado, Priscilla.
All right, guys. It's time to induct two people into the 2010 Women's Hall of Fame. Before I announce their names, one of these women have been in the sport. It's time to induct two people into the 2010 Women's Hall of Fame. Before I announce their names, one of these women have been in the sport for over 31 years before the USAPL even existed. The other one, so old, she set so many records that it's going to take a lot of you masters to actually beat her. With that, I'd like to bring up both Kathy Marksteiner and Harriet Hall. Harriet first. I'm going to do your induction first. Harriet. I've known Harriet for many years and she's one of my workout partners, so it's kind of an honor to induct her. So let me give you a little bit about her history and proceed through. Harriet Hall, age 61, started powerlifting at age 48. She's been an Alaskan resident for 35 years and a nurse for 41. She started off doing some other sports, which included softball, golf, intramural school sports, and the fun one that I like that she put on her resume, pistol shooting. So how did Harriet get into the sport of powerlifting? We can thank Miss Kate Dinglecraig, sitting over there, for introducing her into the sport. She got into the sport. Kate had been lifting for 15 years and introduced her to the Iron Maidens and also the inductee and coach Larry Maley. So at age 48, let's go down her lifting history for a little bit. She did her first meet in 1998 at age 48. She totaled around 800 pounds, almost pulling a 350-pound deadlift. Pretty remarkable, especially for a 48-year-old. Then she went to her first nationals in 1999 in the 198 class. This is what her first record totals were: 336-pound squat, 220-pound bench, 407-pound deadlift, and a 964-pound total. She went on after that to win 3 open titles at the national level. She did this in 2000, 2005, and just last year in 2009. To add to that, her best lifts, I had mentioned the others before, 336, 220, 407, and 964. She topped those with 601-pound squat, 352-pound bench, 501-pound deadlift, and a 1416 total. She did these back in 1996. She was, I believe, 57 or 58 years old. Most of us open lifters can't total that. Very impressive. She's continued on to set over 50-plus IPF world records. She still holds ones in the 50-plus and the 60-plus category. Very good at this. 60-plus world records include a 523-pound squat, a 314-pound deadlift, or excuse me, 314-pound bench, 473-pound deadlift, 1,296-pound total. She also holds a single lift bench of 314 pounds. I think we should take bets on how long those records are going to stay there at 60-plus. And until just recently, and I believe it was this year when the Russian Galina Karpova went into the Masters category, Harriet actually held 3 of the 40-plus-year-old records as well. So those just got broken by our Russian Galina this last year. Very remarkable. Some of her international highlights: she's been a 9-time World Master Champion. She's been to Open Worlds 3 times in 2002, 2003, and 2004. She also got to do the honors of lifting at the very first World Games for the USAPL back in 2001, which was in Akita, Japan. And as you know, that's a very prestigious event, one of the few, where only few of us ever get to go to. She actually went as a master lifter. And then she also competed in the Arnold Sports Festival in 2009. Her career highlights were coaching Special Olympian Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill is also a world champion with the Special Olympians, and he's lifted with the Iron Maidens and has been coached by Harriet for several years. It's kind of a wonderful thing to watch them work out. I think he thinks of Harriet as his mama. We love it. Her other highlights again was the World Games and lifting in the Arnold. Words of advice, I'm going to ask you that at the end, so you can actually tell the audience. But I also got a couple quotes from some people that look up to you. The first one, Harriet has proved that no age impediment, or that there's no age impediment to competing at the elite level, and that you can start at any age or any point in your life and reach the world stage. If you're determined enough, work hard enough, and aren't afraid to improve. Larry Mailey. Harriet is not only a lifter, or has not only lifted incredible numbers over the years, been a multi-Masters world champion, open team member, and holds numerous world records. She has done this all at 55 plus years of age and brings her own sparkle and flair while doing it. Truly amazing. Jessica O'Donnell. And the last one, her lifting was and is an inspiration to all. She is one of a kind. Jim Ford. You can't leave. Sorry, I don't speak often in public. I just want to read a little bit from her nomination from Jim Ford. He says, many are qualified, but as in all things in time, timing is critical in the spotlight falling on the most deserving. For those who achieve greatness at the peak of their youth and strength, it can be like watching the coronation of royalty. Rarely does an athlete who has gone past a half century ever make the impact on a sport that is still standard for all to aim for. Those who do are certain, few are far and few between. And he goes on to say, I would like to nominate a phenomenal woman athlete with the heart of a true champion, a powerlifting icon, Miss Harriet Hall. And thank you to Jim Ford for the nomination. Goes on to say, as a lifetime drug-free lifter, cornerstone of the Alaskan Iron Maiden Championship team, winner of spots on multiple U.S. world teams, she has medaled while even being the oldest lifter in the IPF Open World competitions. That in itself must be some kind of record. The USAPL could not advance the name of a better role model or more dedicated lifter to the Fed's ideal. What a standard she has set for the future women lifters, and I think you can all agree on that. So with that, Harriet, he ends it again saying, she is one of a kind. And I'm going to actually do both these ladies together because we've got a lot of stuff to hand out, and I don't think they can hold it all. So Harriet, thank you very much. I'm going to ask both of you ladies to take the mic for a second and tell us your words of wisdom for the lifters out there, and then we'll go on to your goodies.
Don't be afraid of the weight and get out there and do it.